was getting cobble, but then dirt was so much more convenient. So I just dug out a bunch of dirt. I think I'm actually kind of underneath, near the clay shop. Not sure exactly, but yeah, I was mining a bit of cobble here, and then dirt, and dirt is way easier to break. Super quick. Got a bunch of stacks, and that's pretty much all I need, because today I'm just going to be going over the layout of the farm. So yeah, I think actually let's get a couple pigs beforehand, because I'm running low on pork. Where's the fence? Oh, there it is. I wish there was like a tool that you could use to dig up these quicker. I mean, I guess it's pretty fast with your hands, but maybe you could get like an enchantment to give you extra of them, or maybe like a chance to automatically replant or something would be cool. And hopefully also you can hear me well over the game sounds. I did lower my mic sounds a bit, so hopefully the clicking is not as loud. However, in return, block breaking might sometimes overpower my voice, and these sheep might be really annoying. I apologize for that also. Actually, let's turn them down. Hopefully it's not too bad. Blocks will turn that down a bit too. There we go. Alright. Oops, there. And always nighttime, because always. Because why would it not be nighttime whenever I want to do things? I'm going to cut to whenever I'm actually ready. I'll see you guys back in a little bit. Alright, so here we are at the temporary site of the PvP arena. I was considering possibly moving it to that jungle that I was in the middle of burning down. I was thinking maybe that would be a good spot, just because I like the look of the grass and stuff. But first, what I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to map out what it was going to be like in the future. So kind of like what the idea of the layout would be. So I was thinking an attack defense type thing. So one team would try to capture it the full way, while the other team would try to defend it, which is not King of the Hill style, which is kind of what this point is. But the problem with what's the word? King of the Hill. The problem with King of the Hill is both teams. The problem with this is this doesn't do both teams unless you have something like this is split down the middle, and this side captures over there, and this side captures over there. That would be King of the Hill. So basically it would be a race to see which team could deplete their bar the fastest. In theory would be King of the Hill. However, capture the flag could be, or not capture the flag, my bad. Capture point would be like one team wants to defend that point, and the other team wants to capture that point. And if we wanted to do just one bar, it would be one team captures it, and then once that team captures it, they win, and the defending team would win by, I guess, leaving it uncaptured for a certain amount of time. Or there could be a mode where the defending team could, I guess you could say, capture it back. And that would be more conquest gameplay, or domination, as it's called in Call of Duty, which more people might be more familiar with. So there's basically a one-time use objective, attack defend, a multi-use King of the Hill, a single use King of the Hill, and then a conquest type thing. And in that case, we could think of possibly adding more capture points. However, since I'm doing this in vanilla, I think the conquest would be a little bit harder to have it become recapturable. I guess it would be possible, though, for one team to recapture it, and I guess you could fight to see which team had more control of the bar. So I guess that is one thing to consider. And then another thing that I was thinking is possibly having multiple game modes, so you could switch it to be a couple different things. I'll have to think about what I really want for that later. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to flatten this area out to be flat with where this is, and then, yeah, we'll move on from there, I guess. So, while I flatten this out, I guess I'm going to talk about what I want it to look like. So, basically, I was thinking for a theme, not necessarily medieval, but I do want it to be kind of like a fort base. So I want there to be a fort, and one team is trying to capture this fort, or attack the fort, or whatever they're doing to the fort, to want to attack the other players and capture this point, basically, which would give them control of the area. So, while I'm doing this, maybe I should lower my block sound a bit so it's not too loud. There we go. So in theory, I want it to be, I keep saying in theory and basically, and I guess I really need to stop doing that. I want it to be, I don't really know, like a wooden type base, like an army camp, I guess, idea. There I go again. So the gist of it would be maybe more of like an old-fashioned approach to it, with like picket walls of wood. So I'm gonna be kind of building a layout of it with dirt today, which is why I was collecting the dirt and cobblestone earlier. And lights are flickering in my background. That's a little weird. Yeah, this one light's been doing that for a while. One of the lights in the room I have my computer in is like burning out, but it's just hanging in there on it's on its last life, just flickering until it eventually dies out and can never be used again. And these are the kind of lights that are the worst to fix, because they're those, I guess, the lights you would have in like building ceilings and like schools and facilities and restaurants and stuff like that, where they're those tube fluorescent that are usually behind some kind of like plastic or glass in the ceiling. And these are really hard to take out because you can't repair, or why am I saying repair? Can't replace. Yeah, that's the word. You can't replace one without replacing them all. And replacing them all is not fun. Not fun at all. It takes a while and causes a lot of problems because you have to get a ladder to get up there, and then you have to unscrew all the things, and screwing and unscrewing things on a ladder is not fun if you're not the best at it, which I would not consider myself an expert at switching light bulbs, but gotta do it. So much dirt on the ground. I have way too much dirt in my chest because I was clearing out land around my base earlier just to make it look a little bit nicer. I think I'm gonna add some more detail to the path I built earlier around there and make it look nicer. Possibly lights at night, like lamps that turn on with a daylight sensor might be cool. So I think this is enough land filling for now. Let's get to the actual structure. I still got that lapis. Apparently it's now lapis lazuli instead of lapis. You heard it here first, kids. Know who the trendsetters are. Alright, so I was possibly thinking having the defending team start over there. So we'd want to build, I guess, a type of wall for our fort, because what good is a fort without defenses? So let's make it maybe here. It is going to be a little bit close and tight quarters in this not man-made, naturally made, what's the word? Canyon? No, not canyon. I'll think of it. I guess you could say valley. Surrounded by hill. And it kind of gives the enclosured idea, although it's very easy to jump out of here, not like you're actually closed in anywhere. But this is gonna kind of be the general structure for it. We're gonna have walls diagonally to match the point, and then I kind of want it to come out like that, but then at the same time come in a little bit, just because if someone tries to approach this from the side, so here, I'll give you a better example at this. So you may come up to this wall, and let's just pretend there's like a gate here or something, right? And you want to go around here. You would try to go around here, but now there's this wall here, and if someone was on the wall defending, they'd have like a better shot at shooting you. I've learned from personal experience in PvP maps that things like that, where you're instantly in a corner, coming around a corner, you'll die very quickly. So it's very easy to defend with something like that, instead of it just being